Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. So, yes, any doubt in the yesterday's lecture, Akash?
सर आपकी वॉइस क्लियर नहीं है.
Now you can hear me, Akash? Hello.
हाँ सर, अब क्लियर है.
Okay. Okay.
यस सर.
Hello, Akshay. There are two more students. Hmm. Let's wait. Akash and Akshay, if you have any doubts from yesterday lectures, please ask me. I hope I'm audible to both of you, Akash and Akshay.
यस सर, ऑडिबल क्लियरली.
Okay, there are two more students. I don't know where they are. Should we start? Okay.
यस सर.
So you can see my screen, right? Okay. Okay, so basically this is the gating system that we are seeing. Okay. So this is the gating system. So this is the this simple vertical gating first we are seeing. Okay. So this is the schematic diagram that we have drawn. So this is the pouring vessel. Okay, this is the pouring vessel, and one is the starting point of the pouring vessel, and two is the point from where sprue starts. Okay, this is the sprue from 2 to 3. This section is sprue, and this is the after the molten metal is poured into the sprue, it reaches the mold. Okay, so this is the mold. Okay, this is the mold here. So your height of HC is the height of this pouring vessel, and H2 is the height of sprue. Okay. Similarly, so this is the vertical gating system. And what about the bottom gating system? Bottom gating system is here. What is the arrangement here? Similar to the vertical gating system. Here it is also a pouring basin, right? Here we can see it is a pouring basin. Here it is. This is a sprue, right? This is a sprue, and this sprue is connected to the bottom of the gate, right? Here the screw is connected to the bottom of this mold. Here the screw is connected. And what about here? In the vertical gating system, here we have seen that the sprue is connected to the top top of the molding. But here in the bottom gating, it is connected to the bottom of the gating. Okay. So this is the basic difference. And what about the horizontal gating? It is just a modification of bottom gating in which, so as you can see that this is the top gating, this is the bottom gating. It is this, here the sprue is connected to the top of the mold cavity, here it is connected to the bottom of the mold cavity, and in this horizontal gating system it is connected in between, right? So this is the, and what is the means advantages in bottom gating? This minimizes oxidation and splashing while pouring. Okay, so mostly they use all the three methods, right? Now we will move further. So now we will derive one cavity filling time formula, right? So how do we derive cavity filling time? So for that, I will draw first diagram. Okay, first I am taking for top gating system. Okay, top gating system, I am deriving the formula. So for that, I am drawing one diagram. This is pouring basin, right? This is pouring basin. Here it will be the molten metal will be here. This is the sprue here. This is the sprue. And now it is a top gating. So definitely the top gating should be connected to the top of the mold. So this is the mold. Okay. This is the mold, right? And if I take height of the mold as HM, okay, and area of the mold as AM, right? And if I take first point here and second point as here, which is the output of the sprue, okay, and this area of the sprue here I am taking as AG, right? So I will write all the denominations. AM is here, area of mold. AG here is area of gate. Okay. So this is the gate, AG here, second point. HT is total height, which I have not marked. So HT will be this, right from 1 to here. This hole is HT. Okay. H1 is the pouring basin height. So this is H1. H1 here is pouring basin height, and HM here is mold height. Okay. So now we have to find the time taken to fill this mold cavity. Okay. So see, when molten metal is poured, if from here, it will come down to the sprue and then it will reach the gate, and from gate it will travel to the mold cavity, right? So how much time will it take to fill the mold cavity, that we have to find, and it is a top gating system. So if I say time taken, right? Now time, as we know, it is in seconds, right? So if I take this volume divided by Q, Q is discharge, okay? Discharge. So this will give us time in second. How? See, volume is in meter cube, right? And discharge is in meter cube per second. So what is the ultimate unit? It is second. Meter cube and meter cube gets cancelled out. So for that, you might be aware of Bernoulli's equation, right? So Bernoulli's equation, I will just give you a brief introduction about the Bernoulli's equation. So what is Bernoulli's equation? So P is pressure, okay, plus H is the height, okay. P by rho g plus H plus V is the velocity, V square by 2g plus any frictional losses. This is equal to constant, okay. So this is the basic Bernoulli's equation, okay. So what is the Bernoulli's equation? There P stands for pressure, rho is density, g is acceleration due to gravity, H is height, V is velocity here, and 2g divided by 2g. F is any frictional losses, okay. So this is equal to constant. So basically Bernoulli's equation, when we use, it is a energy conservation equation, right? So if I apply Bernoulli's equation, applying Bernoulli's equation from point 1 and 2, okay. So first point I have taken here is at the top of the pouring basin, and second point I have taken at the gate, okay. So what we will get for first point, P will be 0, right? Because atmospheric pressure I am taking as 0, right? So P is 0. What about the height? If I take this as the reference point, okay, I am taking here as the reference point, 0 point, okay. So this also, H also becomes 0. What about V? V I am taking anything, okay. V will also be 0, right? Sorry, V will also be here 0. Why 0 here? Because just we are pouring it, okay. So there is no external velocity here, just it is a basic pouring, so that will also be 0, and frictional losses we are assuming at 0. So everything becomes 0 at point 1. What about point 2? If at point 2, what will be this pressure will be at point 2, it will be, see, this point is again open to the atmosphere, right? Gate, this one. So pressure will be 0 here. What about height? Height will be this total height, ht, right? But it will be minus ht. Why minus ht? Because 0 we have taken here at 1 point, 0.1. So definitely at 2 point it will be minus ht, right? What about velocity? Velocity I am taking at v2 square by 2g. V2 is any velocity, okay? Velocity of the gate, right? And any frictional losses, of course, is 0, that we are assuming. So this is the final equation. So what ultimately by solving it, what we are getting, v2 square by 2g, this will be equal to ht, okay, or the total height. So v2 we will get under root 2g ht. So v2 velocity we are getting as under root 2g ht, okay. So now we have to find the this time. So this time is equal to, we have seen this is volume divided by discharge, okay. So what is volume? Volume will be, what is the volume of this mold? Volume will be area of the mold into height of the mold, right? And what is the discharge? Discharge, as we know, it is area into velocity. Okay, area into velocity. So discharge will be the same. Okay, discharge will be the same at all the each and every points. Okay, it is very important that discharge is always constant. So at 1 point, 2 point, or any other point you take, discharge will always be constant. Okay. So what will be the discharge in our case? We are taking off gate because we have calculated here with respect to gate. So we are taking off gate discharge. So Ag into Vg. Okay, Ag is area of gate into velocity of the gate. So what is the velocity of gate? Velocity of gate we have already find, that is V2, right? V2, which is velocity of gate, it is equal to under root 2g ht. Okay, so if you are substitute here, what will I get? Time taken to fill the cavity, AMHM divided by AG. And what is the velocity? It is under root 2g ht. So this will be your final time taken. Okay, this will be your final time taken. Okay, any doubts up till now? Please ask me. Yes. Akash, Devendra, and Akshay. Any doubts?
No, sir.
Akshay, Akash, and Devendra.
No, sir, no doubt.
Devendra.
No, sir. No doubt.
Okay, should we move forward? Okay. So this is the, you can note it down. If please note it down. It is very important that you note down the things. Okay, please note down the formula because it will be used in your questions. Okay, many questions are asked based on these formula. So are you noting down? Yes, please note down. This is
Yes.
important.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And when you finish, please tell me so that we can move to the bottom gating. Okay. You can write your message on chat also, okay? So I can see. Now for bottom gating, okay, now let's move to the bottom gating. Okay, so for bottom gating, I am not deriving everything. Okay, I will just, so here it is connected to the bottom of the mold. Okay, so bottom gating, I am directly writing the formula. Okay, the time taken for bottom gating will be, to fill the cavity will be 2 am, where am is the area of mold, right? Root 2 g into area of gate under root ht minus under root of ht minus hm. Okay, hm is the height of mold. Okay, so this is the height of mold. And what is ht? Ht will be this total. Okay, so this is the bottom gating. You can directly write this formula. Okay, and all the terminologies already I have explained. If any doubt in how to use this formula also, you can tell me. Okay, same procedure we have done, but just to I'm not deriving it because derivation is not needed for you, right? So you can directly use this. And deriving also, what I have done is basically to use Bernoulli's equation, right? Here also I have done the same thing to use the Bernoulli's equation. So please note this down also. If you have done, then please tell me. We will move forward. Any doubts, Akshay, Akash, and Devendra? Should we move forward? Akshay, Akash, Devendra?
Yes, sir. Done.
Okay. Okay. So I am erasing this. Okay. Now we will see aspiration effect. Okay, very important. Next topic is aspiration effect. Aspiration effect. So what do you mean by aspiration effect? Okay, so let me first draw the diagram. If I take this as first point, this as third point, this is sprue, right? This is second point. So area here is A2, area here is A3. And this is the height of the pouring basin. Okay. So see, if I use this sprue as a straight sprue means it is straight, means the cross-sectional area at each and every point is the same. If I use such a sprue, then the pressure at point 3, P3 will be less than 0. Okay. So when the pressure is less than 0 or less than atmospheric pressure, if it is less than atmospheric pressure, definitely the gases will go inside. Gases will go inside, right? Gases will have the tendency to go inside the mold and become the part of the cavity, right? Mold cavity. But do we want gases to trap inside the mold cavity? No, because that will cause, what will that cause? It will lead to defects in the casting, right? defects will be caused in the casting, but we do not want this thing to happen. So that definitely we have to design the sprue in such a way that this aspiration effect is avoided. Okay, so what exactly do we do? So we once again we will apply for the minimum thing. What we will do is take P3 as 0, limiting condition. If we take P3 as 0 and after applying Bernoulli's equation, and solving, finally what we get is, I am not doing the derivation here, okay, because it is not required. Okay, you can directly use this formula. A2 by A3, this will be equal to H1 by HT. And what is HT? HT is this whole height. Okay, this is the total head. Okay, and H1 is the height of pouring basin. So A2 is, what is A2 here? Yes, A2 is the sprue outlet area and A3 is the sprue inlet area. Okay, so which is greater? Can you tell me which is greater, A2 or A3? Can anybody tell me? Yes, if anybody knows, Akshay.
A3.
Uh-huh.
A3.
Acha, you are saying A3 is
Greater than A2.
okay. Just wait. Okay, you are saying A2 is greater or A3? A3 is
So
greater.
A3, yeah.
A3 is greater than A2. Why? Because see, A3 is proportional to HT, right? So HT, as we know, HT is greater than H1. So by basic mathematics, we can conclude that A3 is greater than A2. So what should be the shape of this sprue? It should be like this first, or it should be like this way. First or second, what should be the shape of sprue? First is correct or second is correct?
First one.
Yes, very good. First is correct because here A3 is greater as compared to A2, because here it is 3 point and here it is second point. Okay. So in this way, and this formula is very important that you can use it directly. A2 by A3, this is under root of H1 by HT. Okay. So very important. Please note this down. Okay. And any doubt in this aspiration effect, you can please ask me. And please note down.
Sir,
Yes,
sir, can you dictate the exact definition?
yes. Okay. Yes. The aspiration effect, write down: pressure anywhere in the liquid stream. Pressure anywhere in the liquid stream should never be negative. Pressure anywhere in the liquid stream should not be negative, as gases will enter the porous castings. Pressure anywhere in the liquid stream should not be negative, as gases will enter the porous casting. Entering of the gases can cause defects in the casting, right? Entering of the gases will cause defects in the casting. So the aspiration, so this is called as the aspiration effect. So you can write aspiration effect as the negative pressure at the sprue inlet. Okay, so you can write aspiration effect as the negative pressure in the liquid stream. Okay, so basically what you can write, aspiration effect as the negative pressure in the liquid stream. And what is the solution for aspiration effect? So we will use tapered sprue to avoid aspiration effect. Solution for aspiration effect is, we should use tapered sprue in order to avoid aspiration effect. We will use tapered sprue to avoid aspiration effect. Okay. Okay. Any doubts?
Okay, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Okay. So aspiration effect is also done by us, right? Now we will do gating system. Gating. Sorry, riser design. Riser design is not done by us, so we will do the riser design now. Okay. So next we will do riser design. So what is the need of riser? Can anybody tell me? Riser in the gating system previously we have already seen, right? Here. So this is also riser. This is also riser. What is the need of riser? Can anybody tell me? Yesterday we have already discussed, right? It is needed to feed the casting. Okay. It is needed to feed the casting during solidification. During solidification. Okay. So during the solidification means what? See, in the phase diagram, we have seen three curves, three stages, right? T1, T2, and T3. Can anybody tell me? So riser, where is the riser is being used? From 0 to T1, or from T1 to T2, or from T2 to T3, or whole from T1 to T3? Can anybody tell me in which stages are we using riser? If you know, otherwise I will give you the answer. It is used to feed the casting during solidification, right? So it will be used in this stage, first and second stage. Okay. So in this stage, riser is used. And what about this? This is also this is solidification shrinkage, right? For solidification shrinkage, we give pattern allowance. Okay. For solidification shrinkage, we give pattern allowance. That is from T2 to T3. But from 0 to T2, what we do to in order to compensate for the shrinkage, we use riser. Okay, so riser compensates for the shrinkage. Okay, very important. Please note it down. Many questions have been asked based on this concept. Please note this down. It is very important. I will say very important because many times they have asked questions based on this. Sorry, this concept. So riser, we are using it for 0 to T2 time. That is 0 to T2 में क्या क्या आ गया है बताइए. 0 to T1 is liquid shrinkage, right? And T1 to T2 is phase change. Okay. So in both these cases, riser takes the care of the casting. But for T2 to T3, what we do, we provide pattern allowance. Okay. So because of the pattern allowance, our casting becomes okay. Okay, we get the sound casting. So this is the basic purpose of the riser. So now we will see more details. Okay, should we move forward? Please tell me yes or no. Okay, okay. Now we will design riser. Okay, so now I am riser design. So first method for riser designing is, it is basic method. Okay, basic method. Please note this down. It is very important. Yeah, VC is volume of casting and Vs is shrinkage volume and S is percentage volume shrinkage. So Vs will be what? Vs will be Vc into S by 100. Okay. So first we will take first condition in designing, we will take VR, which is volume of riser. It should be 3 to 4 times volume of shrinkage. Okay. And here VR is volume of riser. Second condition, important condition should be time to fill the riser should be greater than or equal to time to fill the cavity. Okay, so this will be V by A of riser. This should be greater than equal to V by A of casting. Okay, so how I have taken V by A, that we will see in solidification time, that I will discuss further. Okay, how I am writing the solidification time of riser should be greater than equal to solidification time of casting. So this I have written as V by A. I will tell you how I have written. Okay, so why should the solidification time of riser should be greater than or equal to solidification of time of casting? Definitely riser should solidify last. Why? Because riser has to feed the casting. If riser only will first solidify, then how will it feed the casting, right? So that is why we are taking that time to fill the riser solidification time should be greater as compared to the solidification time of casting. Okay, so these two conditions should be satisfied, then only we can design. This is the first method. Okay, so this total is first method. Okay, and please note this down, first method. And after noting down, we will do the second method also. Second method also, yeah, I am writing it here. Okay, it is known as modulus method. Modulus method. Okay, so modulus method mein, what is modulus here? Modulus is volume by area. Okay, V by A is volume by area. So modulus of riser should be 1.2 times modulus of casting. So what we get is V by A of riser should be 1.2 times V by A of casting. If they ask do by modulus method, so you can directly use this formula and design the riser. Okay. Here R stands for riser and C is for casting. So please note down both the methods. First is the basic method, this one, and then second is the modulus method. Any doubts in any of the methods, please ask me. We will do the problems based on the above methods. Okay, don't worry, we will solve the numericals after this. If anybody has any doubt in the theoretical part, please ask me. And please note down this thing. Okay, it will be used in solving your problems. If you have done, please tell me. Akshay, Akash, Devendra, any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay. Should we move further?
Yes.
Okay. So next we will see solidification time, not cooling curve, but solidification time. Okay, so we'll see what is solidification time. Solidification time T is gamma times, this is gamma, this is gamma times V by A whole square. Okay, so T is directly proportional, so solidification time is directly proportional to V by A whole square. What is V? V is volume and A is area. So it can be area of casting or riser or anything, okay? So this is the base. And what is gamma? Gamma is constant, solidification constant. So this is solidification constant, okay? And area, surface area, okay? Here area is area of surface area it is, right? So suppose solidification time I have to find of this cube. So this is cube, okay? Here I am taking one example here. This is a cube and its side is A. So time, solidification time will be proportional to T will be gamma. What is volume of cube? Volume of cube will be A cube, right? And what is the area of cube? Area, surface area. So how many surfaces are there in a cube? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 6 surfaces are there. And the area of each surface is A square. So 6A square will be the total, right? And whole square. Okay. So this will be A by 6 whole square. Okay. So T will be equal to gamma times A by 6 whole square, right? Anybody has any doubt in this? Okay. Simple problem I have taken. This one. This also you can note it down. Please note it down. Okay. And if you have any doubts related to any of the issues, please ask me questions. Done? Should we move forward? Okay, I'm moving forward. Okay. This we have already seen. This we have already done. Riser. Yeah. So this is a question. Okay. So can you try this question? Then I will discuss. Please try this question. Sorry. Yeah. In a sand casting, total liquid head is maintained constant. Total liquid head HT is maintained constant such that it is equal to mold height. Mold height is HM, right? The time taken to fill the mold with top gate is TA, and if the same is filled with bottom gate, it is TB. Ignore the time required for friction effects. Assumed atmospheric pressure at the top of the molten surface. You have to find the relation between TA and TB. So let me see how many of you can do this. Sorry. Please try this question. This is gate question, okay? So this is the top gate and bottom gate, okay? You have to apply that formula only here. You have to apply top gate and bottom gate formula only here directly to get your answer. So apply that and please give me the relation between TA and TB. If you are not understanding the question, please ask me, okay? If anybody has doubt in understanding the question, please ask me. Akshay, Akash and Devendra. Anybody is getting the answer? How many of you got the answer? Please share it with me. If you have got the answer, please share it with me. Akshay, did you get the answer? Akshay? Akash? Devendra? Okay, Akshay. Akash and Devendra?
Yes. So I've
Not
got
yet, sir. Solving.
T upon TP is equals to HT raised to 3 by 2 upon 2 AG.
No. It should be in terms of
Constant
numbers.
number.
Yes.
Okay.
Try to do it once. I will
Okay.
give you a hint, okay? I'm giving you a hint. So what is TA formula here? TA, what we have to use? AM into HM. AG under root 2G HT. What about TB? 2AM divided by under root 2G AG. Right? And into under root HT minus HM. Right? Now what are they saying? Total liquid head is maintained constant such that it is equal to HT is equal to HM. So HT is equal to HM, so this becomes 0, right? So this expression will change to 2AM AG under root 2G and under root HT, right? So TB is this. Now you have to do TA divided by TB. So when you do TA divided by TB, what we will get? AMHM under root 2GHT, and this is TB 2AM
So is it equal to 1 by 2?
Yes. It is equal to 1 by 2. Wait, I have made one mistake. The bottom gate is under root, 2AM under root 2G AG under root HT. Yes. Yeah, it is right. So TA by TB, what are you getting? It will be, this is TB, right? 2AM under root HT, and this is AG under root 2G, right? So this, here it is at under root HT, right? So what is this basically? AG gets cancelled. AM gets cancelled out. Under root 2G and under root 2G also gets cancelled out. HM, under root HT into under root HT is HT. But what they have given, HT is equal to HM, right? And sorry, 2 is also remaining here. So HT is equal to HM, so it will be 1 by 2. Okay. So TA by TB, it comes out as 1 by 2. Is it clear? So if you have any doubt, please ask me in this question. Who got 1 by 2? Akshay, you got, right? Or Akash, Devendra?
Akash got it.
So
Sir.
I got 1/2.
Okay, very good, Akash. What, Akshay, did you get it now? Akshay and Devendra.
Yes, sir.
And Devendra?
Yes, sir. Actually, in the TB formula, I have considered the age in the denominator under the root.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Now, got it.
So should we move to the next question now?
Yes.
Yes. Sir.
Okay. Yes, this is 2 cubical castings of the same metal and sizes of 2 centimeter and 4 centimeter. Okay. 2 cubical casting of same metal and sizes of 2 centimeter and 4 centimeter are molded. If the smaller casting solidifies in 2 minutes, the expected time of solidification of the large casting will be. So here solidification time, okay. So I have already told you what T is equal to gamma times V by A whole square, right? This formula you can apply here. Please find the answer for me. It is not a very tough question. It is easy one. Please try this question.
Eight, sir.
8.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
good. Okay. Akshay, like who's Akash? You got the answer?
No, sir, Akshay got the answer.
Okay. So should I solve it for you?
No, sir.
Okay. Solve. Please try.
Yes, sir. Done.
Done. And what about Devendra?
I'm solving, sir.
Okay, solve.
Sir, I am Deven.
Okay, sorry. So I am also solving here. You also check, okay? 8 minutes, right?
Yes,
Any
sir.
doubt?
8 minutes.
Any doubt?
Oh, no, sir.
Devendra, Akash, any doubt?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Okay, should we move forward? This is question. Please solve this question. This was also, so most of the questions I have taken are from GATE, okay? Try this question also.
The answer is D.
Akash, good. What about you, Devendra?
Yes, sir.
Answer is D?
Sir, sir, just a
Okay, okay. Try to do it. I'm just writing it here, okay? This is equal to V by A of cube divided by V by A of sphere. But volume is same, right? So area of cube whole square. This is sphere. This will become 4 pi r square 6l square. This will give us D option. 4 pi by 6 whole square. Done, Devendra?
yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Let's do next question. Try to do this question. Very important question. I've already explained this here in theory. Today also I have explained this while doing the riser problem. So tell me what is the answer. I've explained you with respect to cooling curve, right? Cooling curve, and I have explained you the role of riser. There, that is the same question. So if you have understood what I have previously explained, you can apply the same logic here and you will get the answer. It is very simple, no need of any calculations. It is straightforward. If you had understood that concept, or else I can explain it once again, okay?
So is it 7%?
Very good, Devendra.
Yes, sir, 7%.
No doubts, Akash and Devendra?
No doubt, sir.
Very
No
good,
doubt, sir.
very good, excellent. So this question try. I hope you have calculators, right? You can use your calculators. Yes, Akash.
The first option,
Okay.
48.32.
Yes, good. What about you, Akash?
Solving, sir.
Huh? Okay,
Solving.
okay. So I will just show you the method how to solve. So what are they saying? Volumetric shrinkage, okay. So cubic casting, so definitely. Sorry. So 50 cube was the original volume, okay. So first volumetric contraction is 4%. So 4% means 0.96 is remaining, right? And another 6% more. So if I subtract 6%, so it becomes 94%. So 0.94 is remaining, right? So total is remaining is this much. And if I assume the side of the cube as a cube now, new one, so this will be the volume of the new cube, right? So a will be, if I take cube roots on all both the sides, 50 will be 50, 0.94 into 0.96 to the power 1 by 3. So this will be given, this will give you the side of the cube. Okay, so this will give you the side of the cube in mm. And after solving you will get 48.32 mm as your answer. Any doubts in this, Akash and Devendra?
No, sir.
Okay, so we are moving forward. Please solve this question. Sorry. This is also simple, same concept only. So you can solve this at home, okay? I will share the PPTs with you if you want. Okay,
Okay, sir.
so this
Yeah.
is also simple, you can solve it. Okay, you solve this question. This is a good question. Yes, Akash and Devendra getting some answer. Are you able to solve it? Akash?
Yes, sir. Trying, sir.
Okay, okay. And Akash?
Trying, sir.
Okay. I have just given you a hint. Okay. You can directly use formula also. If you take this as HT, right? This as HT. Then you have na A2 by A3 is equal to under root A2 by A3 HT by H1. Or you can take this as H1. Just try to solve it.
So in Bernoulli's equation, we have to take the height negative.
Where is your reference? We are applying
So
the
at
yeah.
2 and 3, at 2 and 3 point.
Okay, so see, I will show you. So they see if I take my reference point as here, okay. Just
Oh,
wait. Okay. So what I'm saying, if I take my reference point as 3 point, okay. So for
okay.
2 point, height will be positive 200, right? And 3 will be 0. At 3, height will be 0. And for second
Yeah.
point, height will be positive 200, right?
But we have to change the reference point for each and for
Means
every
you
2
can take
points. For example,
reference, you can take reference point anywhere you like.
so if we keep the reference at 1 only for all the
Okay, that is also
4
okay.
pins.
That is also okay. You can do it any way you like.
Okay, sir.
You can either change it, you can either keep the same reference. It is up to you. Answer will be same. Don't worry. Answer will
Okay,
always
sir.
be the same. Okay. So have you Akash and Devendra, have you appeared for GATE previously? Akash and Devendra.
No,
Sir, I have
sir.
appeared in 2017.
Devendra.
Akash,
Yes,
Akash.
sir.
Okay, first Akash, you speak.
Sir, I appeared in 2017.
Acha, you appeared in 2017. So what are you doing currently?
Yes. I was doing job till
Okay.
October.
Okay, okay.
In October, I
So,
resigned and I'm now focusing in
okay.
GATE only.
Okay, great. So in the previous attempts, what was your score?
The score was 21. Not
So you are
forget.
from general category, Akash?
Actually, I'm from OBC. OBC category.
Okay. So means you have passed 2 years, 3 years now, right? 3 years after
Yes, sir.
graduation.
3 years.
Okay, Akash. Good. Hopefully this
I
time you
did job
will.
for 3 years.
Okay, Akash.
And
Very good.
focusing on GATE only.
Okay. Hopefully this time you will clear it, okay, with flying colors.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
I am also passed out from IIT Bombay. I did my master's in manufacturing engineering from IIT Bombay in the year 2013. Devendra, what about you?
Yes, sir. Now I'm in my now I'm currently in 5th sem.
Ocha, you are in 5th sem.
Yeah. Yes,
So
sir.
why so early you are preparing for GATE?
So I have nothing to do.
Okay, good.
Not much
So
to do.
science.
I did lockdown.
Okay, got it. So it is good that you were preparing so early. So definitely your chances to succeed in the GATE is very high. If you do it diligently, I think so you will do a good thing. Means your performance will be good.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Just keep the good work, okay? So should I tell you how to solve the question or you are trying it?
So is the answer 290?
290,
Yes.
290 mm square.
290 mm square.
290, I have to check. I will check and let you know, okay?
Okay.
So I will tell you how to solve this question, okay? So I've already written the steps also here. So first I've drawn the basic diagram. H1 is the height of the pouring basin. 200 is the length of the sprue. 1, 2, and 3 points I have marked out, right? And HT is the total height. Okay. So I am applying Bernoulli's equation from 1 to 2 points. 1 and 2 points. Reference I have taken as 1 point. So 0 plus 0 plus 0, this is equal to minus h1. Why minus h1? Because here at 2 point, this is with reference to this point, it is downward, so minus h1. And I've taken velocity at point 2 as v2 square by 2g. v2 basically. So h1 I am getting as v2 square by 2g. This is the first equation. After that, applying Bernoulli's between 2 and 3 point. So if second point, once again pressure is 0 here because aspiration effect we have to avoid, right? Here they have given, right, aspiration effect avoid. So here is 0. Once again, head I am taking 2 as the reference point here, so that becomes 0. Velocity is v2, so v2 square by 2g. This is equal to V3 square by 2G. Pressure, once again, it is open to atmosphere, so pressure will be 0. And what is the height? Because 3 point is located at minus 200 from the 2 point, because 2 was the base point, or the base point which we have taken is 2 points. So definitely V3 will be minus 200 because it is down with respect to second point. So V3 square by 2G we are getting as V2 square by 2G plus 200. V3 will be getting as under root of V2 square by V2 square into plus 200 into 2G. Okay. Now one more information what they have given is Q. Q is area into velocity, which is discharge. Hai na? Molten metal flow rate they have given right here. So Q is equal to A3 into V3 I have taken. Because why? Because area of the down sprue they have asked. And what is down sprue area here? A3. So A3 into V3 I have taken. Okay. So A3 we have to find. This is equal to 6.5 into 10 to the power 5 divided by V3. V3 is the velocity. Now V3 we already know from here. If we substitute V3 value here, we will get the answer. And how we will get V3? So 200 into 2G we already know. G's value is also given here. What about V2? V2 we can find it out from here, right? V2 also we can found from here also. V2 they have given, no. Yeah, so this equation is there, na? H1 is V2 square by 2G. So from this we can find the V2 also, right? And sorry, one more cross sectional area they have given, a 200 ml area of cross section of 650. 650 is where they have given A2. Okay,
650 A2, yeah.
A2 is 650. Okay, so A2 is 650. A2 is 650, right? So
we can use the equation Q equal to A2 V2.
That also we can use Q equal to A2 V2. So A2 we already know is at 650. V2 we have to find it out, and Q we already know that. So we can find V2 from here, right? Q we already know, and A2 is also given. So V2 we can find. And from here, V2 we can substitute here. So V3 we will get, and we will get the answer. Okay. So this way we can find it out. So no need of using this equation. Sorry for that. This equation is redundant. You can directly use this equation. Okay. So any doubts here? Yes, Akash and Devendra?
No, sir, no doubt.
So we will move forward. Okay, Devendra?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just wait. Okay. Yeah. So can you see this diagram?
Yes, sir.
So can you solve this question? This is also very much easy one. Please try it out. Oh, sorry. Here you can use directly the formula. You will get the answer. A2 by A3 under root of H1 by H2. That formula if you use, you will get the answer directly.
So D2 is twice of D1.
Okay, good. D2 is 2 answer. D1. Okay.
Yes, sir. मेरा भी
Okay.
बराबर है.
Done, both
Yes,
of
sir.
you. Okay. No doubts, right?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
So try this one.
So
Yes.
I'm getting around 192,382.47 millimeter cube per second. Sorry,
Okay.
in centimeter cube per second. So are those useful? The density and the temperature is useful.
What?
Uh, and do we have to use this the density and temperature?
Density. Have you used it?
No, sir.
So how did you
So
get it?
so by Bernoulli's equation at applying at point 1 and 2, I am getting v2 square is equals to that height 300 into 2g.
Okay. No, but then
Then
what are they saying? Okay. No, but how
so
you will
then
get still? Just wait. Let me draw the diagram.
okay. Sir.
So this is runner. Okay. Screw. Level of molten metal is at the height of 300 mm from the run. So this is 300 mm here. Runner's diameter is 10 mm. Yeah, this way, na? So you have applied between which points? This one and
Uh,
2
no,
points
sir.
here.
No, sir. I thought the height of the mold, the pouring basin is 300 mm. I thought.
No. From the runner, no? The level of molten metal in the pouring basin is at a height of 300 from the runner.
Okay, sir.
So you won't be getting the answer this way. So did you get the answer, Akash?
No, sir, I'm not getting.
Okay. Actually, even I have to see this. I'm also not very sure because they have not given C also here, right? Specific heat also. Otherwise, we have used that equation also. Because area into velocity And if I apply, suppose Bernoulli's equation between 1 and 2 points, so what will I get? 0 plus 0 plus 0, this will be equal to v2 square plus height will be minus 300 plus and v2 square by 2g, sorry, plus that.
So the pressure term also.
Huh?
P upon rho g.
Yeah, P upon rho
Rho g.
into g. That will also come here. But as we know
Yes.
that pressure at point 2, this will be equal to pressure at 1 plus rho g, height will be 300, okay? So pressure at 1
Okay.
is 0. So we can substitute here P2 by rho g as
300.
300.
300.
Hey, P2 by rho g is 300, right?
Right.
No, then it will become 0 only. V2 will become 0 only if we do this way. V2 square by 2g, this is equal to pressure at this point, it is on starting of the runner, right? So this is screw here and this is runner. Assuming it as 0, okay, suppose I am taking. So V2 I will get as root 3 into 300, okay. V2 I am getting as this much. Now what is the area? The level of molten having a diameter of 10 mm, right? So pi by 4 d square into velocity is this root 2. I will just check it out. If I'm assuming here p is 0, then it is I am getting the answer. So I will just check it this answers, okay? Because they have not given any other information, and by using heat equation also we cannot do the question. So if we do this way, I will just check the answer, okay? So you can note this down. Akash and Devendra.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
I will revert tomorrow. I will revert with the proper answer tomorrow, okay? I will just check the answer of this. Because apart from this, I don't think so anything. This is just fanciful data they have given. I don't think so it is of any use. Should we move forward?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we will do some theory now, okay? Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this file, okay. So basically now we will see sand casting process. Actually, we have already done it with the types of processes. So I will just give you an introduction basically of that. Just wait. Okay. So yeah. So what are the steps involved in the sand casting? First we make the core, then we make the pattern, right? Core and pattern making and preparation of sand, mold making, gate and riser. Okay, gate, riser, and runner, which we have already seen. Then what is the steps? First, raw material is melted and poured. Then solidification and cooling takes place. Then we remove the molten sand mold, and then cleaning and inspection, and then we will get the finished casting. This is the proper pattern of this. So the upward portion is known as cope, and the downward portion is known as drag. Okay, so and cope and drag, they are separated by a parting line. So I have drawn here this parting line. Okay, so because the mold is made into two hulls, right? So the upward portion is called as cope, and the downward is known as drag. And the parts which have already done all these things, right? Pouring basin, vents are there. Vents, what is the use of vents? This is to discharge the air or other gases. Okay, discharge the air or other gases. This is riser here, and this is sand and flask. Okay, so now we'll move to the next page. Why it is not coming? Now this is the shell molding. Okay, now let me erase this. Okay, now next is the shelled molding. Sorry, there are two types of castings. Okay, two types of castings. First one is expandable mold, and next is permanent mold. Just wait. Sorry for inconvenience. Okay, yeah. So there are two types of castings: expandable molding and permanent molding. So in expandable molding, what happens is the shell molding, sorry, in expandable molding, the molding is not permanent. Okay, so it gets expanded, means it gets dissolved, or it is of no use after making a casting out of it, right? But whereas in permanent molding, you will get a permanent mold. Okay, the mold is not expanded, so that the mold you can use multiple times. Okay, so for expandable molding, there are many processes in expandable molding. First is the shell molding. So what exactly is done in the shell molding, we will see. So a metal pattern, as you can see here, this is the heated metal pattern here. Okay, this is the heated metal pattern here, and here there is a sand here which has a binder in it. Okay, and this is the heated metal heated pattern here. Now this pattern is placed upside down. So see, in this figure you can see that the pattern is upside down. So all this resin material will fall in the heated pattern. Okay, so now heated pattern. Now once again, if we uh, bring the heated metal to the same stage as the first part, what will happen? The particles of the sand will stick to the heated pattern, right? So in this way we will get a mold. Okay, so similarly we can do it for other stage, and when a complete mold, this way we will get. Okay, this way we will get a complete mold. And now if we pour the molten metal, we will finally get a part like this. Okay, we will finally get this part. Okay, so this is basically a shell molding. So what are the advantages? Advantages, it is smoother as compared to permanent, sorry, as compared to the green sand mold. Okay, and it permits easier metal flow also. And all they are also saying that we get good surface finish. Then there is a vacuum pattern. Okay, I'm going a little faster. Okay, so because mostly they do ask some question related to theory also, but it is very less only. Okay, so you can these are very important theory parts only I am discussing, not the whole part. So in vacuum molding, what is happening? A sand mold, it is held together by vacuum pressure here. It is by vacuum pressure, not by chemical binder. So in shell, in this process, shell molding, what happened? The sand mold was held together by binder. Okay, binder was there, right? Let me erase this. So binder was there, and that performed the role of holding the sand mold together, right? But not in the case of vacuum molding. Vacuum molding, it is held together by vacuum pressure, right? Vacuum pressure is sufficient to hold the pattern, and rest of the operation is the same. So in this, see, in this way, in this also, because of vacuum pressure, the sand is holded, and now you will get some pattern like this. Now you can pour the molten metal here, and you will get the finished casting. Here advantages is that no binder are used, hence sand is readily recovered in vacuum. Okay, because there is no binder used, so sand can be readily recovered. Otherwise, if binder is there, then definitely we have to separate the binder and all. Okay, but here it is not required. Here mechanical ramming is also not required. Why? Because of the vacuum pressure, mechanical ramming is not required here. And disadvantage is it is relatively slow as compared to other process. So this is a polystyrene process also, you can see that. So we'll see investment casting. This is important one. So in this investment casting pattern, the pattern is made of wax pattern. Wax pattern is made. So here you can see that. See, this is the wax pattern, and multiple patterns are there, right? Multiple patterns are there in this investment casting process. It is also known as precision casting. Investment means to cover completely. Okay, investment means to cover completely, which refers to the coating of the refractory metal around the wax pattern. So first what we do, first we prepare the wax pattern. Okay, so this wax pattern, then what we do, we dip this wax pattern in the slurry. Okay, so let me go down. Yeah, so this wax pattern is, so see, the first wax patterns are made, then several patterns can be attached to the sprue to form a tree pattern, right? So this, as you can see here, several patterns have been attached to form a tree-like pattern here. Okay. Then the heating of the mold is in inverted position to melt the wax and permit it to drip out of cavity. Now this heating, after dipping it into slurry, so as you can see here, it is heated here. So because of this heating, it is in inverted position, and all the wax will melt out and go downwards, right? Why it is inverted? Because all the melted wax has to be collected downwards, right? So this whole unit will be formed. In the mold now, it is preheated to a high temperature so that contaminants are eliminated. Now in this mold, we will pour the molten metal. Now when the molten metal is poured, definitely we will remove the mold and our casting will be prepared. Okay, so in this way we will do the investment casting, and it is very important. It advantages are complex and intricate parts are cast in investment casting. Okay, very important. Tolerances of this much are possible, good surface finish is possible, and additional machining is not required. Very important. Near net shape. Okay, so it is highly precision process, high precision process. Okay, so complex parts can also be manufactured, and of course steel, stainless steels, high temperature alloys also, they can also be cast out from by using this. Okay, then here it is plaster and ceramic. Yeah, so next is plaster. plaster, it is similar to the sand casting. Okay, here also it is similar to the sand casting, but except that mold is made of plaster of Paris and not sand. Okay, so here it is also the same, and the this sorry, and what are they saying? To minimize the contraction, what additives like talc and silica flour is added. Okay, so of course we have to minimize the contraction. Okay, solidification contraction occurs right when we cool from when we pour the liquid metal, and when the finally we get the molten cast. Okay, so definitely contraction occurs. So in order to minimize that contraction, what we do add here additives like silica and talc here. And permeability is low here. This problem can be solved by using a special process which is known as anti-oak process. Okay, this process is known as anti-oak process. And this is basically used for which metals? Aluminium, magnesium, and copper-based alloys. Okay. Plaster mold is primarily used for aluminum, magnesium, and copper-based alloys. Right. Similarly, ceramic mold, it is made up of refractory ceramic materials. What do you mean by refractory materials? I've already told you earlier, yesterday, I think so. The materials which can withstand high temperatures. Okay, which can withstand high temperatures. Okay, so for that we are using ceramic mold. So how should I share the files to you? Akash and Devendra, I want to share
So
these
you can
files with
upload
you.
this recording on YouTube.
No, this file, I am talking about this, what should I say, PDF files for your
PDF files.
reference.
Then so
PPT
you
and
can
PDF.
mail to RSP sir or one of us. Then
Okay, or
they will share
in
with
this
everyone.
here, is there an option here? So I can here, let's do here itself. I think so. There is some sharing option here also. I think so.
So
In
you
chat
can
box.
share it on the WhatsApp group.
Here also it is there, file option. So I can share from here also.
Okay.
Okay, I am
Okay, sir,
sharing
yes.
one file with you. File name is just let me share and check if you receive it. Okay, I am sharing one file with you. It is in D drive, 8 notes and casting. I have shared one PDF file. Have you received it? Both of you? Please check, Akash and did you receive?
So you have shared it on Zoom or on WhatsApp?
Zoom here itself.
Okay.
No, sir. Not
On your
yet.
chat
So
box,
not yet.
see in your on your chat box, PDF file
Yes,
I've
sir.
shared.
No. Not yet.
Haven't received?
No, sir. Sir, you can share it on the WhatsApp group. It
Acha,
is easy
WhatsApp
to
group.
access.
Okay,
Yeah.
WhatsApp group I will share. Okay,
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
I will share the files on WhatsApp group so that each and every one of you can access it. Okay, so
Okay.
yeah, today's lecture is over. So any doubts in this, please ask me.
No, sir, no doubts.
No, sir. No doubt.
Okay, so we will see continue with this means there are defects in casting, so the casting defects we will see in the next class, and we can also start with the bulk deformation processes also, yeah, tomorrow. Okay,
So you can can you change the lecture timings, because
means
I have exams from tomorrow onwards from
oh,
3:30 to 5:30.
so what should be the time of the lecture? Please
So it
suggest.
will be so morning around 11 or 10, it will be fine, sir. So we will discuss with other classmates and then we will
Okay,
inform
okay.
it to you.
Okay. Then please let me
Okay.
know, okay?
Okay, sir. So
Okay.
on during morning or evenings,
Yes.
sir, what will be your preference?
देवेंद्र, एमडी लेक्चर अभी खत्म हो रहा है वैसे, आज लास्ट लेक्चर है ना एमडी का।
अच्छा, हाँ, तो शाम को भी, हाँ, शाम को फिर अभी खाली रहेगा ना।
So
हाँ, slot
शाम
खाली
को
इवनिंग में वैसे
5 to 7,
So around 6,
6 to 8.
so 5, हाँ, सब 5:30 तक, मतलब एग्जाम है 3:30 to
अच्छा,
5:30.
okay. तो ठीक है, 6 o'clock we can start. Okay, 6 to 8 will be okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, 6 to 8 we will do.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.